We're here at Lomund Golf Course. So I grew up about 1.5 miles from this golf course in Harrisville and spent a good few years of my life coming to this course in the middle of the night to fish out golf balls from the ponds and then selling those to make money. Did this when I was 11, 12, 13, and 14 years old. So this right here is hole number 17. It's a par 3. As you can see, this is an elevated green right here. And the reason this hole is so special is because it has two places where golfers can lose their golf balls. This is the tee box right here, right? You can see the pond is in front. And then over here on the other side, across the way, over by those houses, that white car, that's a par 4. You can see that one's also over the pond. So it's a perfect position for people to lose their golf balls. So basically the way it worked is about 11 or midnight in the summers, my friends and I would walk the 1.5 miles to the golf course. We'd slip into this water right here. It was about yay deep, so you could basically keep your chin out. We had to basically learn how to pick up the golf balls with our feet. So we'd move in a grid pattern like this underwater. Okay? And as soon as you felt a golf ball, put one foot behind it. This foot would roll it up onto the top. And once you had it trapped, you do a slight swim movement like this. And your legs would raise up and you grab it just like that, keeping your head above water, and you set it into the bucket that was floating next to you. So basically for 3 hours we were doing this, just like this, right? Until our bodies basically went numb. The most we ever got in one night was 630 golf balls. The average that we would get is about 340, 350. Probably the worst night was 60. Right? And then after a while, I collected so many golf balls that I couldn't hide them. I had them out in my shed in the backyard, and my dad found them one day. And so I convinced him to take me to the golf course one day. He dropped me off, and I had a blanket, and I laid them out, and I sold the golf balls. He came back, I think 3 hours later, and he said, "So how much money did you make?" And I said, $116. And I remember the look on his face. He was shocked. He was like, "Oh, you're kidding me. That's amazing." I could tell he's really happy. He told me not to tell my mom. And then from there it turned into a little side business, right? I sold golf balls to 7 different golf courses and driving ranges. I had them at Wainsguards, shrink wrapped in egg crates. My best source ever was a guy that worked at Morton Thiokol. I'd give him like 500 to 2,000 golf balls at a time. He'd just pick them up from my house and he'd leave them in the break room, and the engineers would buy them, and he'd just bring me cash afterwards. So it was a great way for me to make money as a kid. I decided that I wanted to be a golfer, and so I had my dad drive me to the golf course, and he waited for me in the parking lot, and I went up to the clubhouse, and I remember I had, I think, 2 coolers full of golf balls. And I brought him into the clubhouse, and Randy Essley is the pro out here, and he was there, and I set him down in front of him, and I said, "I want to trade you these golf balls for that set of Daiwa clubs." And I pointed to the wall, and there's this really nice set of Daiwa clubs on the wall. And he looked at me and he said, "Where did you get those golf balls?" And I said, "Out of your ponds." And I think he was shocked at my upfront candor, and so he looked at me and he said, "Deal." So I gave him the golf balls, and he gave me my first set of golf clubs, and that's how I started golfing. So I went golfing this week, and my friend and I, Lee, we kind of grew up golfing here. He flew out from Denver, and we found out that the course is now up for sale. and likely to be purchased by some real estate developers. And the plan is basically to build more, this kind of housing, right? Townhomes. So it's kind of a sad day, actually. This is a place where I have a lot of memories. This is a place where I learned how to, make money for myself, right? Had a lot of really good times running from the cops with my friends, hanging out. Stuff that I guess a lot of kids these days really don't get to do, right? And it's going to be developed, so the course won't be here next year, most likely. So it's kind of sad, but I guess I'm grateful